Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cindy, and if you're new here, I tell stories in The Sims and help you improve your gameplay. And today I'm bringing you another Sims 4 video because in my previous video where I talked about how I played The Sims 4 rotationally, I also talked about how I played The Sims 4 Whims-Based, and I wanted to make a separate video on that since it's kind of a completely different thing. Just kind of share with you how I play my Sims and how I make The Sims 4 more fun using whims. Now, I know what you're thinking. Whims are terrible in The Sims 4. And yes, you're right, they are. Unfortunately, whims have been abandoned by the developers. No new whims are being added past like Get Famous, I believe. And that's really disappointing for someone like me who likes to let my Sims make their own decisions. This playstyle works much better in The Sims 2 and 3, where it's commonly called wants-based gameplay. I found a way to make this strategy work in The Sims 4, but it does require a couple of mods. Now, before you leave this video thinking, this is stupid, whims-based, doesn't that just mean doing what their whims say? No, it doesn't. There's far more to it than that. Just like everything I do, it's incredibly detailed and meticulous. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you everything that I do to make playing with whims fun in The Sims 4 and just to make your gameplay more exciting, more spontaneous, and to add more of a challenge to your game. So let's talk about the mods that you need. There are two primary mods that I use to make whims work better. The first one is called Whim Overhaul. If you click the link in the description box to go to my website at PleasantSims.com, everything I'm talking about today will be written out in my blog post, including links to these mods. So Whim Overhaul is created by, God help me, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, even though you've told me. Benchins Mods is how I'm gonna say it. I know that's wrong. When you click on the link to go to the site, you'll have to scroll down a little bit until you find Whim Overhaul. This is an overhaul of the EA whim system, which enhances the chances for family-based whims and tunes down whims to buy new stuff. Special whims for pregnancy, elders, and childhood phases. And what it doesn't say here is that it also adds new whims for all of the expansion packs that didn't come with any. When you download it, it will come in a folder like this, and you just need to grab the packages for the expansion and stuff packs that you have, or game packs or whatever is in here. Only get the ones for the stuff that you have. And you can see that she has added and improved so many of the whims. I mean, this is just a necessity for me to play. I need this mod no matter what kind of game I'm playing. But I definitely need it for playing my rotational whims-based games. If you don't have this mod, playing whims-based is pretty much impossible because your Sims are just going to get the same tired old whims over and over again, and they won't get any whims for the newer content. The next mod that I recommend you get for whims-based gameplay is the Personality mod by Missy Hissy. I know you guys have heard me talk about this mod a lot. It's because I love it and it's a fantastic mod, especially if you want to play whims-based. I would highly recommend this. It's not necessary like the other Whims Overhaul mod is, but it helps a lot. So what it does is add 6 reward traits inspired by Sims 2 aspirations. They are Family Sim, Fortune Sim, Knowledge Sim, Pleasure, Popularity, and Romance. You can assign one or more of these reward traits to your Sims, and then they will get whims associated with these. So if your Sim is a family Sim, for instance, they'll get more whims to have children and spend time with their families and do family related activities. If your Sim is a Fortune Sim, they'll get more whims to buy things and get certain careers. Knowledge Sims will be more likely to want to build skills or become a cult and things like that. I usually choose one of these for each of my Sims. I choose based on aspiration, but if I have a Sim with an aspiration that doesn't really fit into one of these categories like nature, then I will just roll randomly to choose one. And then I might have a nature Sim who's also a knowledge Sim, and it just adds more personality to your Sim. Now, here are some of the whims that you can get. I've done a full review of this mod. If you want to watch it, I'll put it on the screen now, so I'm not going to go too in depth here, but here are some of the whims that your Sims might roll. Watch a movie with family from being a family Sim. adopt a dog from being a family sim, have a baby, own a business from being a fortune sim, make out in the closet from being a romance sim, go out on the town from being a pleasure sim. So it really does give your sim whims that are tied to their personality, which is something The Sims 4 on its own does very poorly. Because The Sims 4 whims work differently than the wants that we had in The Sims 2 and 3, it's difficult to play 100% whims based. Even in the previous games, you couldn't really go 100%. Sometimes you have to make decisions for your Sims because they just won't get whims for things, and other times you may have to decide some whims are just not right for them. Mods can really help with the whims in The Sims 4, but they don't make it perfect. The point of playing this way is just to allow your Sims to make as many decisions as possible for their own lives. If they get a whim to start a new career, but they already have one, you have to decide if they should switch or stay with the career they have. So let's talk about some specific types of whims that your Sims might get. Let's start with Travis here, who looks like he's stoned out of his mind. I just started playing the BFF household, and the first thing I'm gonna do after I get the household set up is look at their whims and see what they want to do. Right now, the only thing Travis wants to do is play a computer game and browse Simpedia. Since playing computer game will get his video game skill up and browse Simpedia really does nothing for skills, I'm going to choose to have him fulfill this one. So I'm going to send him over to start playing a computer game. These kind of whims are not that important, but they give your Sims something to do and help them pursue their interests. Now, Liberty wants to level up in the logic skill from her nerd brain aspiration. That's very good for her because she does need logic for her career, as we can see here. And although she already has the level 3 logic skill, it stands to reason that she's probably going to need a higher skill as she progresses in her career. She also wants to practice programming, but that doesn't make as much sense for her. So instead, I'm going to have her fulfill level up in logic skill. And for short-term whims, I will pin them. I call this locking them in because that's the terminology that I use in The Sims 2, but I'm going to pin this or lock it in while she works on it. Now, because they don't really have any objects that she can use for logic, I am going to purchase a chess table for her. So that's another way that I can make decisions on what to purchase for the families based on what they want. Now let's check in on Summer, who wants to meet someone new and buy a dishwasher. This family has plenty of money, so I will buy a dishwasher. That is a really quick and easy wish that I can fulfill for her. Now, not every Sim who wants a dishwasher should get one. This family has tons of extra money and I feel like they can afford it. If your Sim only has 50 simoleons, they're obviously not going to get that dishwasher. That could be something that you lock in for them and have them save up their money for. Or you could just ignore it and hope that that whim passes. Now Summer wants to get a promotion. I'm going to pin that one because that's a very important whim for a Sim to get. So I do not allow my Sims to work on skills unless they get a whim for it or they do it autonomously. But there is an exception to that rule. If a Sim has a whim to get a promotion, then I will let them do whatever it takes to get that promotion. So then I'm going to go look in her career panel. I see she already has level 2 cooking skill, but she needs to work on preparing food and mixing drinks. If she did not have the wish to get a promotion and she did not want to prepare any food or drinks, I would not direct her to do so, because part of playing Whims-Based is letting your Sims fail. Some Sims don't have any interest in getting promoted in their jobs. Some Sims don't have any interest in building skills, or at least the skills that they need for their current job. And some Sims will fail. Some Sims will get fired. Some Sims will never get promoted, just like in real life. And to me, that makes playing the game so much more fun, instead of just doing the standard formula where you play a Sim, have them do their skills, have them check off this checklist that they need for their job, move up the ladder, get super rich, and then you're totally bored with the game. Playing Whims-Based means letting them decide if they're going to move up the ladder in their career, letting them decide if they're going to get fired or fail or just stay a dishwasher forever. It's far more realistic and far more challenging to play this way, in my opinion. But because Summer is interested in getting a promotion, we're going to have her go and cook some food. So then After I set everybody about fulfilling their whims that they want to do right now, I'll start over again with Travis and check in on him, and I'll just keep going through and fulfilling their whims. Now, these whims that they have right now are just from the Whim Overhaul mod only and the base game, basically. So let's go assign them their personality reward traits and see if we can get some better whims more suited to their personalities. So I'm going to go to the reward store, and Summer is obviously a popularity sim, so we are going to assign this to her. Liberty and Travis are both obviously knowledge sims. And just like with careers, when it comes to relationships, I only have my sims pursue relationships that they choose. I don't force them into relationships with other sims. They get to choose their own partner. Now, in The Sims 4, that's not as easy as it was in the previous games. So sometimes you will have to sort of encourage them, but you can still use their whims for that purpose. For example, Summer here wants to meet someone new. Maybe that someone new could become a partner. Maybe it'll just be a friend. But if you have someone in mind for Summer, why not use her whim to have her meet them? Or you could just go out in the world and have her meet the first person that she runs across. Liberty apparently just got struck by lightning. Wow, Liberty, way to interrupt your chess game by getting struck by lightning. Okay, she wants to sleep it off, so we'll have her do that. Emotional whims, in my opinion, are not very good in The Sims 4, and a lot of times they don't make sense. All Sims get the same ones, so sometimes I will ignore those if they don't make sense for our sim. Now, since Summer wants to meet someone new, and we have the welcome wagon here, let's have her come meet her new neighbors. Hello, welcome to the neighborhood. It's so dark here. I'm sorry it's so dark. It's always so dark in this household. You know what? Let's buy them some lights so we can see what we're doing. All right, that's better. So Summer's gonna introduce herself to Quentin Marcus, who is quite afraid right now. And now she wants to meet someone new at the lounge from being a popularity sim. So if she still has this whim after the welcome wagon's over, I would send her to the lounge to meet someone. By following her whims, it makes it more interesting because she is choosing where she wants to go, what she wants to do, who she wants to talk to, what she wants to work on in her life, instead of me choosing for her. And in this way, your Sims can really surprise you with what they want to do. You don't have to have some story planned out in your head for them because they tell their own story. Travis now wants to join Liberty in a game of chess. Liberty's still filthy from getting struck by lightning, but she doesn't care. Chess is what's important to her. Now, suddenly she gets the whim to have her first kiss with Travis. So now we know that she is romantically interested in Travis. So in this household, because I'm using my fixed base game save, both Liberty and Summer have feelings for Travis. Who's gonna end up together? That's up to them. But it looks like Liberty has made a decision to go in for the kiss and try. Well, she can't have a first kiss yet. She's gonna have to flirt a little bit first. So in the situation where they roll a whim that they have to perform some other tasks in order to perform that whim, such as having a first kiss or getting a promotion, I will go ahead and let them do or direct them to do whatever they need to do to accomplish their end goal. So she needs to be flirting with Travis. Go on, don't be shy, Liberty. Don't be shy. Give him a flirt. I'm just gonna cue up some romantic interactions here. Now, Liberty has become flirty. After flirting for a while, they finally have the option to have their first kiss, which will fulfill Liberty's wish and get them closer to being in a relationship. Aww. Was he thinking about rocket woohoo? What was that? They've had their very first kiss. So these two have chosen to get together and leave Summer out of the equation. Luckily, Summer wants to meet someone new. So this is just an example of how you can let a story play out using just their whims. You don't have to make the decision of which two Sims get together in a relationship they chose. And it can surprise you every time. It makes for really good replay value. Let's say you wanted to start over your world and play this family again. Maybe next time Summer chooses Travis. Who knows what's gonna happen? So another thing that I like to do is follow my Sims' whims. So let's follow Summer's whims and see where it leads her. If we take her out to the lounge where she wants to go, okay, let's cancel the stupid welcome wagon because we don't care about those townies. Let's hop over to Oasis Springs and go to the lounge. It's like, I'm leaving you suckers behind. I'm going out. Nope, she's going by herself. Looks like Gavin Richards is here. Let's have her introduce herself to him. You never know where these relationships are gonna go. She might really like him. She might just want to be friends with him. She might not like him at all. But since she wants to meet someone and he's here, we're gonna go for it. Oh my god, check it out. So I'm also using Wonderful Whims, which I highly recommend, and I have a review on that if you want to check it out. Look, Summer Holiday just stopped what they were thinking about for a moment and found themselves staring at Gavin Richards. Their handsome features meet Summer's desires so readily that it's almost as if whatever created such a sim sculpted him specifically for her. She just found the love of her life at the lounge because I followed her whims. She did not want to be with Travis. She might have had a little crush on Travis, and maybe she knew her friend Liberty really liked him more, so you can come up with any story for this. It really aids in storytelling, and it helps your creativity in storytelling without it seeming forced. So let's say Summer wanted to let Liberty have Travis because she knew they would be a better couple. She went out on her own and found this guy that she just thinks is super hot, and she wants to ask him out on a date. Let's start building up their romance so she can ask him, because right now she doesn't appear to be able to. Let's start by asking him if he's single. But you see, because she wants to ask him on a date, then I'm gonna do everything I can to make that happen. Oh, she can ask him out now. It only took a little while, so then we'll ask out on date. And now the two of them are gonna go, I'm just gonna have them continue their date here at the lounge. But now Summer has found somebody to date that she really likes, and it was all her decision. So I always feel when this happens, I'm doing the right thing for my sim. I'm doing what they would want. Now, when it comes to dates and like events that have goals, if you wanted to go really hardcore whims based, you could not even fulfill these unless they had whims for them. She wants to observe the skies, so you could just go with that. That's going to be a socialize with date. This makes it much more challenging. So we're going to ask him to cloud gaze. That counted as a socialization, and it made progress in their dates. And not every date is going to succeed. If you just go and check these off, then every date is going to feel the same and boring. But if you go by their actual whims, then some dates may not succeed. Some dates may go better than others. So now she wants to tell him a dirty joke. Okay, let's tell him a dirty joke. But see, she hasn't really had any whims to flirt with him. And now she wants to hug someone, so we'll do that. And if you do it this way, it's kind of like dating in The Sims 2. Not nearly as good as dating in The Sims 2, but you can kind of make it similar by just following their whims instead of this checklist, which The Sims 4 seems to have so many checklists. And to me, checklists just aren't fun. Instead, I want my Sims to have whims based on their personality and their current situation, and I want them to follow their feelings at the time. And then of course, they can still have long-term whims, such as her whim to get a promotion that I'm holding on to, that she can work on later. See, now she has no more romance whims, she just wants to view a piece of art. So look, their date hasn't even progressed very much. So if we just have her come back up here and view a piece of art, there's gotta be some art in here, right? Somewhere? Let's have her come back up and view a piece of art. Okay, socialize with your date has been completed, so they made it up to silver level. Will they fill up the date bar all the way? Who knows? It's up to them. So I hope you're starting to see like how this method of gameplay or this strategy of gameplay makes the game more fun and challenging. Everything doesn't have to be just checking off a list, getting your sim to the top, making your sim the best. Sometimes things go badly if you just follow what your sims want. It makes for more drama, and it's my preferred way to play. Unfortunately, in The Sims 4, the game is really not set up to play this way, and you do have to have those couple of mods in order for it to work well. I am so sad to say that the developers abandoned whims, and I don't understand why. Do they think that people don't want to play with whims? I don't know. I know there are so many of us who love the whims and who want them to be better and want them to be more of them, but it's just a feature they gave up on. And that's very sad. Thank God for the modders in the Sims 4 community who keep these things going and keep improving these features. So now I would love to hear from you. Do you play whims-based, or do you play some version of this? Or has this inspired you to play in a different way? Leave a comment down below and let me know. I always love to hear your opinions on these kind of things, because I know there are so many different kinds of play styles out there, and there's no right way or wrong way. You just have to find the way to play that's the most fun for you. And my goal on this channel is to try to inspire you to play in new and challenging ways, especially when it comes to The Sims 4, because I know the gameplay can get so stale and boring. So I hope this helps you pump a little bit more life into your game. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And also don't forget to visit my website at PleasantSims.com, where I'm going to have a companion blog post for this video, and tons more gameplay guides for The Sims 2, 3, and 4 can be found over there. My name is Cindy, and I'll see you with a new video very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!